Hey there, BookTube. Me again.
She's got the curls, pearls, and other worlds. She's making videos for all you boys and girls.
I am going to be doing a book haul again today, and I say again because I already filmed this video on Wednesday, and for some reason the memory card in my camera, which I had just bought and was a very expensive memory card, keeps corroding like the video files. Doesn't do anything to the pictures, just the videos, and it's very annoying. So by the time that I went to edit the video, all of the files were corrupted and I couldn't do anything with them, and so now I'm having to film it again. So, but that's okay. I went and bought more books today. So now there's new ones. So let's get to it. Okay, so to start off, I'm going to show you two books that I actually bought at a flea market that I went to with my mom. I love going to flea markets and yard sales and auctions and things like that just because I love the atmosphere and walking around and seeing all the antiques and going on an Easter egg hunt for books. And there weren't many books at this flea market, but I found them and I bought them. The first one I got was City of Thieves by David Bianoff. Bianoff. We'll go with that. Sure, that sounds like a name. And it is a World War II novel. And the second book I bought, which you have heard me talk about almost nonstop, is A Movable Feast by Ernest Hemingway. And now, I didn't notice until I was halfway through with this book that there is an inscription in the front. And it says, hold on, let me read it to you. Jack, I read this book in Paris and thought about you. I thought you might enjoy it. Love, Suzanne. Oh, how adorable is that? And then look, towards the end of the book, which shame on you, Jack, for not finishing, was this little bookmark from probably Amsterdam because there's Dutch on the back. And yeah, it's that. How cool is that? The next set of books I got from various yard sales all in one weekend, and I mean, it's kind of a lot of books for just like one weekend, but I feel like I got some good ones. So one of the first ones that I picked up was The 5 People You Meet in Heaven by Mitch Albom. Is that how you say his name? Album? Something like that. And I remember watching this movie like a couple years ago and like really loving it, but I don't actually remember anything about the movie. So I'm really excited to read this. The next couple that I have here are Sons and Lovers by D.H. Lawrence. And this book is in A Movable Feast. And when I saw it, I was like, oh man, Ernest was just talking about this book. And my mom was like, who's Ernest? Hemingway. Ernest Hemingway. Because obviously I live in the movie Midnight in Paris. Next we have A Room with a View by E.M. Forster. And this awesome book, I've never seen it before, but it is like really weird and funky, and it is called This Book Will Change Your Life. And if you look on the inside, it's sort of like a weird little exercise to do every day. Like really weird. No, I'm not talking like just a little bit of weird, but like real weird. And lastly, I picked up this book, Inheritance by Christopher Paolini, which is the last book in this trilogy. Is it a trilogy or a series? I'm pretty sure it's a trilogy, but I think maybe he wrote a fourth one. I don't know, which then it wouldn't be a trilogy anymore. Now, last year I picked up the first book in this series for a quarter, and I bought this one for a quarter. And so now I have the first one and I have the last one, and I'm just gonna keep waiting until I find the middle one, and then I'll start reading it. But I bought this book from a Whovian, and I know that she was a Whovian because I also bought a Doctor Who poster from her, and we bonded over Tom Baker, and it was a nice time. I'm gonna go ahead and show you the rest of the secondhand books that I have. Now, I bought these today, and I bonded with like an elderly lady in the thrift store because she saw me there looking at books, and she was trying to find some like chick lit, and you know, she kind of sparked up a conversation, and she said, yeah, I just moved here from Tennessee and I'm in a retirement facility now. And I was like, no way, me too. Because I live in an apartment complex for people who are 65 and over, because my mom like runs it, and so yeah, we bonded over that. The first thing I found there was a book that sounded really familiar to me. It seems like I've heard maybe someone on BookTube talk about it, and it was 99 cents, so I bought it. And it was The Birth of Venus, and it is about a nobleman's daughter who falls in love with a painter or something like that, and it sounds very interesting. The second thing I found was The Kingdom of Ohio by Matthew Flaming. Sure, Flaming. I'm gonna pronounce it Flaming. And oh my gosh, this cover is like so pretty. I can't even stand it. Like, oh my goodness. Look at the little fob watches down here in the corner. Oh my goodness. And it is about a man who finds a photograph, and I've only read that much about it. And then I saw this, and it hasn't been read, and it was 99 cents, and I'm always telling people to read this book, and I have it up here, but one of my he was a guy friend, and it has sort of this very personal little inscription, and that's a TARDIS in the corner. And I wouldn't want to lend that out to anyone with having that in there. So I bought this to maybe give to someone or lend it out, and you know, I wouldn't really care about them getting it lost. So, and then the last two I bought were Eat, Pray, Love, which everybody knows what this book is about. If you haven't read the book, you've seen the movie. I haven't done either. So, I mean, I know that Julia Roberts plays the lady. And then next I bought The Time Traveler's Wife, and I was so excited to find this because I wanted to read it for so long, and like I've been holding off watching the movie, and I'm so excited to read this. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait. And I really love the cover, and oh man, so excited. Next, I'm going to show you the books that I got on or around my birthday. And to start off, I'll show you these two books that my mom bought me. I've been wanting The Ultimate Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy for like a really long time. And so when we were at the bookstore, I had this one and a couple of others in my hand that she bought me, and I was like really excited. And then a package got here about a week later with this book in it. And she forgot that she had bought me one in the bookstore. And so now I have two. And what I'm going to do is I'm almost at 250 subscribers. So if or when I get to 500 subscribers, one of you will get the copy that I haven't read. And I'm going to do a little giveaway, and when we get closer to that, I'm sure it's going to be a while, but when we get closer to that, I will give everyone the details. And so yeah, the writing is so good, and it's just hilarious, and I'm loving it so far. So I know whoever gets this will love it just as much as I do. The next 3 books I think I got all of these on the same day. I bought The Boy in Striped Pajamas by John Boyne, and Every Day by David Levithan. Now, I bought these 2 books for, I think they cost me together like $6, because, and I was in Books A Million. This one has a little red dot, and this one has a little red slash, and so I was really happy with that. I've already read this book, and it was really good, and I'm probably going to do a This Is Not a Review on it soon. And then lastly, I bought this book, which was so beautiful, and that's what drew me to it, because oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Look at it. Look at it. Just look at it. How pretty is this book? It's about Vincent van Gogh. I think his friends trying to like avenge his death, and it's about all of these artists that start being afraid of the color blue, and there's something like supernatural at work or something like that, and it's also supposed to be a comedy. So I mean, that sounds like a wild ride to me. And then the last 3 that I have here are some books that I'm really excited about. Look how pretty it is! It is The War of the Worlds and Other Sci-Fi Classics by H.G. Wells. And can you see how beautiful this cover is? Like, oh my gosh, please. How pretty is this book? Sorry that I'm having to focus like this. Okay, like, how pretty is this book? Oh my goodness. And then along with that, I got another volume, The Complete Plays of William Shakespeare. And how pretty is this one too? Like, oh my gosh. I love these so much. You guys probably already have seen the Greatest Adventures of Sherlock Holmes and the F. Scott Fitzgerald bind-ups that I have back here. I'm a really big fan of these. They look so pretty, and then you just have all of the works from the one person accessible in one gigantic thing, and I just really love these. Now, the last book that I have to show you, and I know that Morgan over at House of Reeds is going to be really happy. Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. Oh man, I bought this book on Monday and I finished it on Tuesday. It's so good! And like, oh, it's just fluffy and cute, and oh, with the social anxiety and stuff, I related to Kath so much. And oh man, did I love this book, and I'm probably going to be doing a This Is Not a Review on it too. And I really want to get my hands on Eleanor and Park soon so that I can read that. But oh my gosh, you guys, it's so sweet. Like Levi, okay, I know that there has been some like smackdown on Manic Pixie Dream Girls on BookTube and Tumblr and all over the place lately. But if there is such a thing as Manic Pixie Dream Girls, Levi is a Manic Pixie Dream Boy. Like, oh man. Like, seriously. Well, that was the haul, guys. Thank you for watching, and catch you later, BookTube. Whew. How about we never do that again? Okay.